9:21, 3 p.m. Eastern. The miracle of this life only exists because you exist. And when we look through this disillusion, this illusion, external illusion, this world is absolutely overflowing with wonderfulness. And will fulfill any of our desires as long as we know how to attract. But it is not a slot machine. So it's probably a good idea that people stop waiting for the jackpot and start taking inspired daily actions to manifest their dreams. And no desires are too big to be fulfilled in this universal playground. That's what it really is. Choose whenever you want, whatever you want, whenever you want to do today. Just know that the earth, the entire universe, is here, cheering you on. And your wish is the universe's command. So you just go for it. You play a slot machine, you're hoping and wishing for something to happen. But when you intend and you stay out of your own way, it happens. Whatever that intention is. A lot of us can say, I don't want, and get. Because we're putting that intention out. It's concentrating on being in the field of energy of what you do want. How do we, I get a lot of people ask me, how do we stop suffering? How to transcend any experience of suffering? And it goes to enlightenment. Enlightenment is not something that can be given to us. Whatever that has been given to us can only be taken away from us. So we can also take it away from ourselves. So we must choose to find this great spiritual liberation within ourselves and learn how to cultivate its presence in our lives. As we all are the master of it all in the end. We always have been, always will be, ever beyond and forever, the master of it all in the end. Our enlightenment is destined to find us in this lifetime or the next. It is on its way. We simply need to get out of the way and understand how to receive it. And when the mind stops all searching in the outer for fulfillment and finally comes to relax home in our very core, the realization is discovered that enlightenment was always there. It's just buried deep within our beings. We all experience suffering in this life because of one tiny little thing. One little tiny thing. Ignorance. If you take the word ignore, add a little dance to it, you get ignorance. When we ignore the truth of our infinite being, our ignorance expands and soon transfers us onto the path of suffering. That to transcend our ignorance and find spiritual freedom in our lives again the intention for a deeper awareness is needed. We must choose to welcome the most profound state of consciousness that we can imagine by simply opening up to our own consciousness. We can release anything instantly that would make us suffer. Nothing more than pure awareness is needed to transcend this illusion and rediscover the liberating truth of who we are. We must welcome the most profound state of consciousness we can imagine by simply opening up to our own consciousness. We can release anything instantly that would make us suffer. Nothing more than pure awareness is needed to transcend this illusion and rediscover the liberating truth of who we are. Each moment of our lives has the potentiality to become the most liberating, healing, enlightening experience we can handle. The more open, ready, and willing we are to receive something magnificent, the easier and faster the magic comes flooding in. When we are ready for enlightenment, it will find us. We don't have to strive for it. In fact, the harder we work for it, the further it moves away from us. Just make it your priority to totally relax and enjoy your life. Fully surrender to your real self. Explore who you truly are, what you really want, and what your purpose on this earth actually is on a spiritual level. There are some suggestions that you can use these each day to take you closer to tasting the awesome experience of spiritual enlightenment. This great enlightened experience is a massive shift in consciousness. So go easy on yourself. You may have been trying to wake up for a really long time, possibly lifetimes, and the Great Awakening can come suddenly, like a bolt of lightning in the most unexpected time, place, and way. Life is wild, love is wild, and God is absolutely wild. Those who are wild always reach enlightenment, Osho. To get the most out of all of this, breathe each one of these 10 omnipotently powerful messages into your heart. Inhale the feeling of information that it spreads out into every cell in your body. Let it sink deep into your being so that it becomes a way of exploring the world. You can make an affirmation out of it and make firm to yourself that this, or better, is now true for you in this moment in your life. Be open to the new and release your ego's need to be right about anything. Be open to the new and release your ego's need to be right about anything. Being right can be the hardest ego trip to get off of, and yet causes a major amount of suffering. If the ego, it is wrong, and if the ego believes it is wrong about any one little thing, it starts feeling insecure that you basically could be wrong about everything in your entire life. Whatever the mind believes is true always becomes our reality in that moment. The colored lens that you perceive your world with today becomes how the world tends to appear for you tomorrow. If everyone around you from birth to death says that life is this hard, painful, and unfair experience, and you believe them, then how will you ever learn how to relax, let go, trust, and enjoy living in this amazing universe? Excuse me. If you think we must fight to get what we want in life, we end up manifesting a very serious, challenging ride. To experience love, enlightenment, and freedom, we must step over our ego and be open to a completely new experience of this life in each moment. Our inner and outer world is one massive playground. Learn how to be free and have fun within your life. Think of each new day as your chance to step on a very interesting and comical life stage. You can choose any hat to wear, lens to see through, or fascinating role you desire to play. Let go of doing and practice simply being. Let go of doing and practice simply being. It has become abnormal for people to just relax, sit still, be silent and alone. Doaholics have become the societal norm. Many people avoid meditation because they think it is boring, don't have time for it, or feel they have failed at it, trying to quiet their mind after a few random attempts. When we realize that all of our suffering, chaos, and illness in this life is caused by our inability to quiet the mind, we will spend more time practicing being present and less invested in doing something, thinking it will take us somewhere better than being here. Eventually, with enough time spent practicing being present to the now, we discover our real infinite nature inside. We realize we are spiritual beings and have everything we were looking for and so much more. The greatest mystics in history all discovered enlightenment when they were simply being quiet, relaxed, and fully in the here now. When their big awakening happened, they were not trying to do anything. This is the great mystery of life, and mastery of the mind is by far the greatest achievement mankind can ever have. The experience of being here now, feeling one with the infinite, all-powerful, and omniscient universal God force is enough. It is empowering and highly enlightening to redefine all those old definitions of what it means to get somewhere special in your life. Being free from our family's unconscious myths and society's deep, ignorant programming. When we were children, what was communicated to us about enlightenment? Anything? Did anybody have a clue what enlightenment was or how to experience an enlightened state of bliss? Did anyone ever show you how to open your chakras, meditate, or communicate with God? Most likely, everyone around you was more or less spiritually lost, and then telling you what they believed would make you happy, loved, and successful in this life. They wanted the best for you, yet ended up communicating to you how to be unhappy and unenlightened through their actions, belief system, and behavior. If you go back and think about your childhood, what do you remember was the typical standard story you were told that made you feel like a failure, isolated, unloved, or a sense of separation? What belief system did you inherit from your family that created massive limits on how you feel about yourself and this life today? You may have heard some messages like, you need an education to become somebody. There just isn't enough time for that. We can't afford that. You cannot be, do, or have XYZ. You are just too much of a blah, blah, blah. Naturally, we are all very gullible as children, yet if we did not become identified with our family's limiting belief system, we may not be here. If we didn't think like they did, they may have stopped feeding us and pushed us out of the tribe. We needed to think small, do what we were told, and obey the one in charge in order to remain accepted, loved, and alive. From the moment we were born, or the moment we entered these baby bodies, we all received the idea that this unenlightened state of life was the norm. Now, you may have seen all the insane world problems on the nightly TV news and thought that this was how the entire world operated, and mass suffering was just the way things were. As we become teenagers, we either rebelled or became assimilated into the unenlightenment system and fell deeper into the story of separation. The more we accepted or rebelled from our community, the greater our feelings of lack, isolation, and struggle grew inside. Being surrounded by unenlightened people was an enormous lose-lose situation. To make matters worse, we were forced to attend some jail-like education system, which worked about 3% of our brain's potentiality and was designed to churn one brilliant, creative kids through a social formatting grinder so they became hard workers for the system. We were taught wonderful lies that everyone believed to be true, like how a human life expectancy should only be 75 to 100 years old, when really our DNA can last at least 300 years old. We were told that we would have to work really hard to have a home, limited energy, resources, food, knowledge, and power. We were never taught to rebel against authority, think freely, independently, or even consider the possibility of becoming spiritually enlightened. The school system made it illegal to teach children how to find a deep inner connection with the infinite source. It was not important to learn how to meditate, heal your body through your breath, or how to make tantric love. Master your mind through totally quiet and stillness. Enjoy all our emotions. Know the infinite truth of who we are, or how to achieve absolute inner freedom and bliss. The society all around you is still hypnotizing adults and their children to believe that success is all about achieving a higher level of status, money, and career. Our poor educational system is still in its infancy and simply has never had a large dose of enlightenment, so it doesn't know any better. There are many awakened beings in the world today who know that truth, the truth, that real success in life is defined by how liberated, spiritually rich, loving, and enlightened you are as a human being. This world is slowly waking up, one person at a time. People are beginning to achieve the right income status, career, marriage, or diploma. Striving to reach things will only distract you from walking your spiritual path and discover the most rewarding life experience of them all. And remember, whatever limited ideas that you received from your family or school system were their limitations and not yours. They were their limitations, not yours. When you stop and give back those beliefs, you can reclaim your spiritual freedom again within yourself. And the limiting beliefs handed down from our family run deep in our blood, and it will take every ounce of awareness inside each and every one of us to see them. Freedom will occur when they are fully seen, felt into, and released from your mental, emotional body as well as your subconscious mind. We must choose to forgive all of these people of their unenlightened programming if we are ever to be fully free. It is all karmic, and nobody is to blame. They simply were not taught by their parents how to live in a constant state of wonder and amazement in their lives while doing daily tasks like changing diapers, cutting the grass, going to work, paying their bills. And when we forgive them and see how they were not raised by fully self-realized, self-actualized, enlightened beings, we can easily forgive ourselves for the limiting beliefs and negative feelings about ourselves that we've inherited. Be outrageous and stop hiding from your spiritual power in some safe little fishbowl. All of us can often hide from our life's missions and our spiritual purpose in our mind. Thoughts are safe, while real-life experiences out there seem dangerous, scary, and unsafe. Life is inherently insecure because death is always potentially around the next corner. We might find it easier to not take risks and go for our big dreams in life for fear of getting hurt or lost in the wild ocean. When we only choose to stay safe, comfy, and basically dead inside our little comfortable fishbowls of old habits, we only do the things that once gave a sense of confidence and security and stop growing completely. Life is this beautiful natural chaos with a divine cosmic structure. Our lives are this daily adventurous roller coaster ride that we need to learn how to enjoy. Life is meant to be fun because you just don't know exactly how things will turn out. You won't know until the last second how you'll respond to what someone says or how you'll make the most important decision you need to make. Each experience in our lives are here for our spiritual growth. Each boring, exciting, or normal experience is meant to expand us, help us see and feel the entire ocean around us now, and jump out of our safe little fishbowl and swim in the ocean of existence. It's easy to do. Simply stop thinking about your life and actually start enjoying the one you're living, feeling, and breathing now. Embracing and loving every fear that arises. The less fear we are holding in the body, the more we can relax and open ourselves up to experiencing a more expansive and light state of consciousness. All fears are simply emotionally contracted thoughts invented by a mind that still believes it is disconnected from the source. It's good to know that the word fear, we all know, actually stands for false evidence appearing real. To transcend any fear, first, choose to discover what you are deeply afraid of. You can access any fear by opening yourself up to another person intimately in conversation, letting the other peer into you. And soon, you'll be able to see deeper into yourself and understand exactly what you were running from in your life. Once you know what you were running away from, your life, you run towards it and welcome it into your heart with a big embrace. This approach will dissolve any fear instantaneously, and in time it will completely release. It'll just poof from your body. The more practice you have in embracing your fears, the easier it becomes to find total relaxation, so that you can access your full spiritual connection within your consciousness. And stop trying to continuously improve or fix yourself. Now, it may seem contradictory to what we're talking about, yet it's actually complementary. How often do you find yourself trying to replace your negative thoughts and feelings with positive ones? How much of your life has been spent trying to heal yourself or your mind? Is it all the effort and energy you're putting into improving you actually making you relax into the experience that you are already divine, already sacred, deeply lovable, already connected to the God source? The result from continuously fixing, improving, and healing yourself is perpetuating the feeling of, I am not okay exactly as I am. Any unconscious self-improvement habit is just another egoic dis-ease. The real problem is not what it appears to be. Go to the root of the matter, which is this dualistic mind, and uproot the entire I'm broken and need to be fixed emotional program. Realize that who you are is neither these negative or positive thoughts, yet the consciousness and awareness behind them. Only through pure awareness will you be able to stop the habit of trying to change, fix, and improve yourself, and instead surrender deeply into the spiritual sacred core of your being, where self-realization is. So if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. Head to toe, inside and out. Remember, you're not the body. Okay? You're the God and soul within the body. So you ask yourself, do any of these things I'm carrying, fears, right? Worry, stresses, anxieties, do any of them serve you the greater good? Genuinely ask through your heart, mind, are any of these serving me the greater good? And you'll get a vibration through the heart saying, no, then why am I carrying them? I have no reason to carry them. So you let them go. You surrender. And if you have to surrender 24 hours a day, you surrender 24 hours a day until it gets into autopilot. So when you do that, the body responds by just relaxing. Totally. Not thinking. Not having one thought on your mind. You're totally void. You stepped in to the calming center of the storm. And so the body just leans into you, the God. So you cradle the body. And you watch the body, how relaxed it is. It's a total ease. And then everyone moves into the now. Your body's totally at ease, moved into the now, the space between heartbeats. Only the moment is what we focus on. Now, it's not as easy as some may think, because we're so used to wandering off in all kinds of directions with all kinds of thoughts that aren't ours, embracing those thoughts, taking us off in many different areas. And then when we get to that area, another thought takes us over here. Another thought takes us over here. Another thought takes us over here. So how do you stay in the now? The breath. The breath is divine positive energy. Soul enters the body, powers the body up. Body begins to breathe so that the body can sustain itself so it can hold the kingdom of God. Divine positive energy, your breath. So every time you wander out of the now, focus on your breath. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. Focus only on the now. And you'll be in the now. And 3,000% of the time. We all have memories. We reminisce. We store that in our subconscious mind library. And, we go back there and blow the dust off of the volume and we reminisce. Oh, gosh, this was so fun and I had such a good time. Not all of them are wonderful, but we kind of stay on the ones that are wonderful. But we don't stay there. We leave. We move into the now and we stay in the now. Some of us, though, will stay in that past, but we stay there. We don't leave. And we begin to live it. And it's like an elephant graveyard. You're sitting there and there's not one bit of air movement and it's foggy and it's just dank because of the fact that you've got all these bones and carcasses. It's just totally dead, dry. But some of us have a tendency to just live in that past, and we will take that past into a future that doesn't exist, and we will create that past, that future from that past, and relive that past in that future. This is why a lot of people are wondering why they keep ending up in the same place no matter what they do in this life. Kind of like they keep going over and over things, but not realizing it. Others of us will go into a future that doesn't exist, and we're constantly wandering, and we're going, when is this going to happen for me? This should be happening now for me. When am I going to have this, and when am I going to have that? Boy, that can get real frustrating. So it boils down to the power is the now. Always has been. Always will be. Ever beyond it forever. The power is the now, is to stay in the now. To discover the God source that you are within that body. That's the now. And you still the mind, you still the ego, you still subconscious mind. So you watch them, but you don't judge them. You watch them to learn how you can master them. So you look at the body, and you notice it's right smack straight up through the body, the top of the head, from the tailbone all the way up. You see these 7 vibrant wheels of light, all different colors, 7 different colors, all pulsating, misting out. That is your highway. God, force, love, light, energy flows through these chakras. And it literally spreads out to all of our organs and emotions about the body. If you understand these, you'll understand you. And that's you, the God, way of showing you how easy it is to navigate if you do not have ignorance but knowledge. So the God force, love, light, energy, divine positive energy, the breath, flows through these energy vortexes. And it comes back up over the head like a fountain. It comes right back down, and it does this perpetually. And so we look at the red wheel of light, the wheels, the root chakra. It's at your tailbone. And this deals with our survival, finances, money, food, and it is blocked by fear. If you panic and you're consumed by fear in a situation of survival, you will not survive. And then we move to the orange wheel of light. This is the sacral chakra. It is our pleasure, our sensuality, our sexuality, our joy, our happiness, and it's blocked by guilt. Guilt's an illusion created by the ego mind. It dictates to your heart mind. See, I feel guilty because I shouldn't be having such a good time. I feel guilty. I shouldn't have all this money. I feel guilty. I shouldn't be doing this. There's people suffering out there. You see how it works? Then we move to the yellow wheel of light. This is the solar plexus chakra. This is the Manipura. This is our personal power. It is about our self-worth, self-confidence, and self-esteem. Central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, skin. And it is blocked by shame. Then we move to the emerald green wheel of light, the heart chakra. This deals with love. It's our ability to love. And it is blocked by grief. You cannot love if you are consumed with grief. And then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra. This deals with truth. And it is blocked by lies. And then we move to the indigo chakra, the third eye chakra, the ajna. This is our ability to focus on and see the big picture. It's our intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. Pituitary gland, eyes, and sinuses. And what blocks it? Illusion blocks it. And then we go to the crown chakra, the violet wheel of light. This deals with cosmic energy, our direct connection with the God that we are. And it is blocked by ego attachment. So we watch as we flow through these energy vortexes, these chakras, and we can hold them at the top of our heads, briefly. We are God, we are love, we are one. As we hold them to the top of our heads, we condense them into omnipotently powerful, pure liquid energy. And we pour them over our pineal gland. Now, our pineal glands are really important to us while we're in these physical forms because when they're vibrantly healthy and fully functioning, they connect us to all the particles of existence. We will learn how you can be in one place and others at the same time. Now, you view your pineal gland through your heart, mind's motion picture, however you see it. I see it as a rosebud, a green ball. And when I pour this omnipotently powerful liquid energy over it, it completely transforms it into a fully blossomed rose, massive, multicolored petals emitting a phenomenal fragrance, sending out shimmering waves that just penetrate me, saturate me, head to toe, nonstop. It isn't intermittent, it's continuously. And I'm filled with the deepest of eternal love and the deepest of eternal gratitude, the deepest of eternal peace. It is nonstop. It's like I'm in this big ocean. And I discover that is the God within me that is the rose. And the rose is me. These bodies that we're in, heart, mind, ego mind, subconscious mind, higher self, soul, spirit, pure consciousness, God, all one. And the soul in these bodies is the heaven, and the body is the earth. Heaven on earth. And those of us who are somewhat awake can see very clearly that every step we take, we're creating paradise. Every step. And we've learned to shine our God Force Love Light energy 360 degrees outward, fanning out, never stopping. Pure, deep, eternal love. Pure, deep, eternal gratitude. Pure, deep, eternal peace. And we're flooding everyone. All life, highest supreme value in the universe. Always. Vibrational frequencies keep ascending. We, choosing higher vibrational frequencies of love, gratitude, and peace, ascend. So, God planet, with nearly 8 billion gods, consciously aware, and spreading and saturating the love that it is, a planet that will glow. We are all part of ourselves, each other. One. Not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One. So we reach out to those parts of ourselves that are awake, that are conscious. It's like the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Christ, Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yeshua, many, many, many more. Now, the archangels, they're a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see each other. But we do meet with them. And we meet with them a lot more than we realize. And they're always giving us the same message, but it is delivered in a multitude of ways. Isn't it absolutely spectacular, magniglorious, splendiferous to be in this body alive? Yes, it is. It moves us into deeper gratitude, understanding this message. And they, being part of us, would like us to be aware. Now, tens of thousands can surround any one of us at any one time because of their vibrational frequency. They can house a large number in a small area. The Ascended Masters, they've mastered ascension into physical form, ascension out of physical form, holding pure consciousness God form. We have ascended into physical form, are mastering physical form, creating our experiences to perfect our creation. And yet we're all one, reflections of each other, learning from each other all the time. See, archangels, cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, ascended masters, both consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. So we call out to all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, agartha, and beneath earth. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light, complete liberation of this planet. Now they come in the billions, and they are with us now, consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings out there that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, be with us in this now, in this meditation, and form this circle of light. They come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this entire universe with no sacred space to spare. And they come in trillions of Gugaplexes from trillions of universes in every direction. And they are with us now consciously. We call out to all the off-worlders, all the celestials, all the galactics. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And be with us in this now, in this meditation, form the circle of light, the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, are in this now. Now, we're very familiar with a few of them. Over 1,000 travel through this solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. And the ones that we're somewhat familiar with. Fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves. The Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Arcturians, the feline, the Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. Remember, we are all parts of each other. Now, they've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And massive numbers, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, for the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. They come in the trillion shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations in which we've never seen. As a matter of fact, the eyes with these bodies that we have only see 1% of what is. And in trillions of numbers, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this meditation, form this circle of light, complete liberation of this planet. Now, the ones that we're kind of familiar with, fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, dwarves, the trees, the trolls, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood. We're all gathered. And they are with us consciously now. Arm in arm, hand in hand. In full compassion. Non-judgment. Non-ego. Non-negativity. Stillness of mind. Gentleness. Kindness. Generosity. Humbleness. Bliss. Joy. Peace. Tranquility. Benevolence. Prosperity. Abundance. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify. And it continues to expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the God source that each and every one of us are in these bodies. This light is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1,000 trillion suns just to compare to its brilliance. And it is pure, deep, eternal love. And it is flooding all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. All of us, head to toe, inside and out. All of our brothers and sisters, whether they're awake or asleep, flooding them with this pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. 24/7, unending. So as this circle of light, we begin to ascend above this planet, we're immediately met with a massive ocean of glitter. And it is reflecting trillions of vibrantly colored lights everywhere. And then when we zero in on the reflective part, the mirror, we enter the mirror. And we discover that we are all, whether consciously or unconsciously, teaching each other, learning from each other. We're all students. We're all teachers. Both, constantly, throughout this endless journey. It's absolutely phenomenal. We are never apart, and we never have been, never will be, ever beyond and forever. always one. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We're then met with the violet blue purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that reminds us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with a white fire armor. This armor emanates from the God source, the God, the pure consciousness within each and every one of us. It is absolute. We cannot be harmed. We cannot have demon possession, attachments. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies can even come near us. Yet, only you have the power that if you lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, anger, fear, envy, greed, deceit, manipulation, stress, fear, worry, you'll create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame immediately, transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are literally vaporized and gone permanently. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds us all we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest high of deep eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the rain and the rainbows. We're the trees and the forests. We're the soils. We're the animals. We're the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We're everything. And everything is us. So the next time you see a sunset or sunrise, you are witnessing you, the God, divine perfection, the soul, the pure consciousness. You're the beauty. You're the grandeur. You're the splendor. You're the vastness. You're the majesty. You're everything, and everything is you. We continue to ascend above this planet. And as we do, some of us step outside our physical form and float effortlessly above them, if we're carrying physical form. Why do we do this? Because we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystal-like tower that we created, larger than this solar system. In the center of the column, we see this oblong sphere, massive. In the center of that sphere is a golden white ball of light. It is surrounded by numerous rings of light, vibrant, different colors, and they're all pulsing out massive waves of this sparkling, misty energy, and it's just soaking into us, head to toe, inside and out, constantly. And we discover that the golden white ball of light is pure, deep, eternal love. Then pure, deep, eternal gratitude. Then the next ring, pure, deep, eternal peace, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, great well-being, great wealth, great prosperity, abundance, bliss, joy, tranquility, benevolence. It's unending. And then we discovered that it is us, the God within us. All of this is. And this is saturating this planet, inside, out, head to toe. All of us. With pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. Not even ending ever. Now, at the top of this crystal light tower, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees as it's doing right now. Flooding all of us, saturating all of us, all of our brothers and sisters, awake or asleep, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. And this is pure, deep, eternal love. The highest of the highest high vibrational frequency of which we were all made. We are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. And the golden ocean is the drops and drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We created this sphere over 3 years ago. It houses over 1,400 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Imagine that. Feel it through your heart mind. See it. Hundreds of millions of us on and off planet every day. With the highest of the highest high, intense and pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. And it's flooding all of us. Head to toe, inside now. Eliminating any of the last vestiges of lower vibrational frequencies causing us to feel down, stuck, dark, worried, stressed, feared. Instead, we move into deep eternal love, gratitude, and peace. And we stay there. And we stay within ourselves. And we expand. And we continue to increase our vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love, gratitude, and peace. Now, this sphere can be seen, heard, felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. We think perfection cannot evolve, because what we mean by perfection is that which has come to its last growth. This definition of perfection is dead. God is perfect business. God lacks nothing. God goes on growing from one perfection to another. The growth continues. God is evolution, not moving from imperfection to perfection, but from perfection to more perfection, to still more perfection. Ocean. I'll join you in a meditation and return to close us out. breath in through the nose, and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Man is not born into mastery. We're born a slave of unconscious forces. The first step toward mastery is to recognize your slavery. To see that you are unconscious is the beginning of consciousness. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and into the following morning. And we'll return here Tuesday, June 1st, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. Continue our global guided meditation call. And Wednesday for our Time for Change call. And Friday with our reverse aging call.